My hydraulic pump belt broke when I was out mowing, and I'm going to show you how to change it. The first thing that I needed to do was to disengage the hydro pumps. And I've got a video in the top right corner if you don't know how to do that on your machine. But let's pull it out of the garage and see if we can get that belt changed out. Whether your hydro belt completely broke or it just tore like mine did, stretched out, and it came off the pulleys, either way, you're going to have to remove the deck belt to reinstall the hydro belt. I'm going to have to remove the deck belt just to get my hydro belt off. So, first thing you do is take the foot plate off. There's all our pulleys. We'll pull the side cover off. And it's real simple to get this belt off. You just get it started and pull the belt up over here. And it's released. Now I don't just let it go because it's going to come off everything, which isn't a big problem, but it's a lot easier just to keep it intact. So I just hook it on top of this nut on this one spindle. So that gives me enough slack and enough room to take it off the back pulley, but at the same time keeps everything in place. Now we'll go to the back and take our belt off. I like to jack it up to give myself a little more room to work under there. If you didn't have a jack, you can still get this done without it. Okay, this is pretty simple. We've got the deck belt loosened, so I can pull this back, pull the deck belt down. There you go. And you can see my belt is still intact here, but it's got a big tear in it and it's stretched out. That's why it fell off. And you can pull this belt off. There's the worst part right there. Alright, then you just grab your new belt. And I ordered my belt by mail, but found these guys online. And I wasn't in a big hurry, so I got this belt in about 4 or 5 days. It's a Kevlar belt, much higher quality. It was $10.06 and then $7 for shipping, which is competitively priced with everybody else, but not for a Kevlar belt. So I went with that. But I'll put this belt in the description below if you want to order it off Amazon. Otherwise, this is the first time I'm trying these guys, but I'm trying the V-belt guys, and that's all they do. So we'll take our belt, unravel it, and this belt on an Exmark Lazer Z is 75 inches long. So you just untwist it. We have to get it above the deck belt. So I'll put it in there, put it on that top pulley temporarily. And I don't know if you're going to be able to see this well or not, but here's our idler pulley right here. It's spring loaded. And all you do is take a 1/2 inch socket, or you can do it by hand, but you take a 1/2 inch socket with a small extension, put it in there, and then you can pull it and get the belt on. So I'll leave that up there. Here's my hydro pulley. They're right underneath the pumps. I got a hydro pulley right here and a hydro pulley right here. And then the idler pulley right here. So this is going to go around this pump pulley and then come around from this side here, Anytime you go around an idler pulley, it's on the back side of the belt. So that rests on there, and then we take it over to this pulley here. Now, I'm going to put my ratchet in here, pull it, and then just set it on that pulley over there. And then I can let the pressure off. Also, while you're under here, check and make sure that this pulley is solid. That can be a reason why your belt broke or came off. If the bearing's shot in here, you need to replace that. This one's fine. That's all there is to it. Now we'll put the deck belt back on, and that just slips around here. I'm also going to grease this idler arm here. There's a grease fitting here, and there's an idler arm up here for the deck belt. You got to keep those greased. And one other point, there's a bracket here, and it does not interfere with either belt. All it is it holds the PTO clutch in place. So when it kicks on, it's not spinning. That's all that bracket's for. You don't need to take that bracket off. Now there's two ways to put this belt back on. I'm going to go the easy route. For me, there's an idler pulley back in here, right here, and there's also a 1/2-inch ratchet connector on there, and you just plug it in just like you did in the back, pull it, it lets the pressure off the belt, and you just put it on. I found that this is just as easy or easier, not having a mess under there, especially if you're alone. I just pull, you know, it's spring loaded, just pull this, get it started on the pulley, and then just turn the pulley and pull the belt. And you're back on. Be careful. You might want to wear gloves so you don't pinch your hand in there. But that's all there is to putting that back on. Now, one thing you want to make sure of before you put this to use and all the covers on is that your belt is properly aligned and not twisted anywhere on all these pulleys. Make sure you got that right, both for the deck belt and the hydro drive belt. And then we just put the foot plate and the side cover back on, and we're set to go. That's all there is to it, and we're ready to go to work.